I just got back from Washington, D.C. earlier this week, where I had the chance to put my Hartford Scholars Policy Leadership Training in terms of the Policy Institute into action. I spent all day Tuesday at the Eldercare Workforce Alliance day on Capitol Hill. I did this not alone as I did last October. I did it with a team which included a geriatrician, an advanced nurse practitioner, and a direct care worker. So there was great power in being able to go to Capitol Hill as a team. But one of the things that I was struck by, we were there to talk about the crisis in the elder care workforce. The need for direct care workers, the need for social workers, nurses, geriatricians, and all of the other disciplines that work with older adults. I was very impressed because we met with all 3 congressmen from my state back to back, and one of the things that I was struck by as I walked in the door was, one, I was less terrified than I was last October when I went there for the first time as a solo act, but 2, the thing that was very powerful to me was that every one of the senior aides remembered that I had been there last October. And I think that's one of the things that speaks to the power of the Policy Institute, and in a much larger way, it speaks to the power of the Hartford Geriatric Social Work Faculty Scholars Program. You are focused on not just preparing us to be good researchers, good educators, but also really reinforcing the point that policy matters. And for me, I take that message back every time I'm in the classroom because I'm generally thought of as a practice teacher. I walk in the room on my first day and I say, I cannot talk about aging practice without talking about policy. I hope that helps convey some of the excitement that I have for integrating policy with practice and that the students pick up on that. But more than anything, in terms of thinking about my experience earlier this week in Washington, D.C., was realizing that it's not just words that I'm sharing with the students in the classroom. I came back to my classroom on Thursday and the students said, I know this is a practice class, but we want to know about what you did on Capitol Hill. How did it go? And it could have been a dismal experience, but it wasn't. And I certainly didn't expect the senior aides to come into the room and to acknowledge that I had been there last October. One of them said, which made me know that it wasn't just them saying that they remember me. She said, oh yes, I remember you were here to talk about your research. She said, and I got you to talk about death panels because that's what was happening with healthcare reform. So that's just one of the many, many, many benefits of being part of the Hartford Scholars Project, and I will be immensely grateful for the rest of my life. I think I don't even know how many other doors it will have opened for me, but I'm now much more of an activist and I'm ready to go back to Capitol Hill next year.